Listen, beloved. When the road you planned dissolves under your feet, when signs point in 12 directions and none feels certain, be still and hear me. You are not stranded at the edge of a map. You are standing where my guidance meets your next breath. I am not an idea about the future. I am the way forward. Not merely a route, but a presence that walks with you, a hand that steadies you, a voice that knows how to speak gently and still be heard over storms. You have been measuring paths by how straight they look from a distance. You have called detours failure and slow seasons punishment. But detours are often bridges you cannot yet see, and slow seasons are greenhouses. I do not waste delay. I plant in it. Roots are not late because branches are not visible. Trust what is growing under the surface you cannot narrate to anyone else yet. Trust the unseen as you trusted air before you learned words for it. You have said, if I had chosen differently, I would not be here. Hear me. Redemption is not a thin thread that snaps when the hand shakes. It is a woven cord that holds even when you slip. I do not panic when you take the long way. I do not rewrite maps in anger. I walk the road you are on and turn it into a corridor of mercy. The door you missed yesterday may appear as a window today, and grace is skillful with windows. Lift your eyes from the finish lines other people are celebrating. I am not grading you against a crowd. I am forming you to carry what I intend to give, and formation takes the time it takes. This is not delay as deficit. This is timing as care. The future I am crafting with you is not fragile. It will not shatter because you rested, listened, or healed. Your pace with me is part of the promise. Let your body loosen its guard. Your shoulders speak a language of defense. Teach them release. Your jaw rehearses arguments you will never need. Let it remember quiet. Breathe until the room becomes an honest place again. You are not a machine finishing tasks. You are a soul learning how to walk with God in ordinary hours. I am here, nearer than pulse, kinder than the voice you use on yourself on hard days. Some of the questions you carry are not problems to be solved, but doors you are invited to walk through with me. Ask me where courage slipped from your day, and I will show you where it will return. Ask me where your desire became tangled in approval, and I will loosen it. Ask me which next step will serve love, not fear. I will not bury you in instructions. I will companion you in wisdom. Look back with honest memory. Recall the mornings you thought the road ended, and yet you found a narrow passage, the sentence that came when words had left, the stranger whose kindness felt perfectly timed. None of these were accidents. They were breadcrumbs left by a faithful guide. Memory is a lantern. Lift it, and watch how the next stone appears. You are tempted to think that a way forward must always be dramatic. Often it is quietly sturdy. The budget you keep, the boundary you honor, the apology you send, the craft you practice for the 10th, 20th, 100th time. Movements that look small to a crowd reshape a life from the inside. My kingdom loves mustard seeds. Give me one honest seed, and I will give it seasons. You have called yourself behind. Who told you where you should be by now? Timelines are tools, not tyrants. With me there is no late when the heart is willing. I can make up what seems lost not by speeding you into exhaustion, but by teaching you to live inside sufficiency. The time you thought moth-eaten can still be woven into purpose under my hands. Let the road you fear become the place where trust is practiced, not performed. I do not need your bravado. I ask for your consent. Consent to be led through fog by a lamp near your feet, not a floodlight that shows 10 miles ahead. Lamps are enough because I am near. I will not rush you past the lesson that makes you whole. I am not in a hurry to display you. I am intent on restoring you. This is how you walk when you do not know what to do. Do the next true thing in reach. Send the message that tells the truth without theater. Keep the promise you made to your own healing. Eat what nourishes. Sleep without apology. Step outside and let wind prove the world is larger than the room where worry paces. None of this is small in heaven. I count these inches as loyalty. When accusation visits at night, answer with history. Tell the old voice about the habit that loosened, the friendship mended, the breath that returned when panic eased. Doubt will say you imagined it. Truth will say it remade you. I am the one who remembers you accurately. Shame misquotes the past. Grace sights it with kindness. I place lanterns along your road, people who glow for a moment or a mile. Some will help you cross a street. Some will walk you through a season. Receive them without suspicion. Thank them without debt. And when your hand's steady, become a lantern for another traveler. Light multiplies when it is given away. It does not diminish. If this quiet strengthens you, and you want others to find their way here, a gentle way to help is to like this message, leave a thoughtful comment, share it with someone who needs courage today, and subscribe so you can return to these whispers without missing a single one. Return to the room you are in. Notice how the desk looks less like battleground and more like table. Notice how your name sounds kinder when you say it slowly. I am not allergic to the ordinary. I build altars over kitchen sinks and in transit lines and at office doors where you pause before knocking. Holiness is not away from your life. It is woven through it when you agree to notice. You have prayed to be useful. I am teaching you to be present. Useful without presence exhausts. Presence with me turns task into offering. When you bless a coworker without fanfare, when you fix what you broke without speeches, when you learn to say no without apology because love requires it, the way forward opens beneath your feet paragraph by paragraph. You worry about choosing wrong and locking yourself out of the right future. Hear me. Doors are not gods. They are wood in my carpenter hands. I can open, close, or refit them. I can take you through a side entrance that was not on your blueprint. Your responsibility is not to predict outcomes, but to keep your yes honest. I will meet your yes with shape, timing, and provision. Forgive the versions of you that kept the house standing during hard weather. They overprotected because they were afraid. Honor their effort and let them rest. Forgive the sentence that came out sharp and the silence that arrived late. Forgive the risk that bruised you. Forgiveness does not erase wisdom. It makes room for wisdom to work. The way forward cannot carry resentment in its pack for long. It grows too heavy to travel far. Practice gratitude that does not censor sorrow. Name what hurts without letting it narrate everything. Name what helps without pretending it fixes everything. Gratitude oils the hinge between honest grief and emerging hope so the door can move. When you feel nothing grand to name, start small. Water in a glass, a lamp that works, a body that is learning gentleness again. This is not naive. It is training your eyes to notice mercy in ordinary light. When fear asks for certainty, give it presence instead. Put your hand on your chest and speak what remains true even tonight. I am held. I am guided. I am not alone. Let these sentences drill small wells where panic used to run. The water that rises will be enough for the next stretch. You do not need every solution. You need my nearness and the step it makes possible. I am the way forward when the report is not what you hoped, when the interview is quiet afterward, when the text remains unread, when the doctor pauses before answering, when the plan meets a wall. I do not mystify this. I work with very human material: tears, choices, boundaries, sleep, counsel, skill, apology. I meet you in these places and draw a road through them that you could not have found alone. You thought you needed a revelation strong enough to lift you in one move. Often you need rhythms that hold you every day, prayer that sounds like breathing, scripture that reads you while you read it, community that tells you who you are when you forget. The way forward is not only a moment, it is a cadence. Walk it and it will carry you farther than inspiration ever could by itself. Let your craft become prayer. Write the line, sand the edge, stir the pot, edit the paragraph, send the note of thanks, repair the hinge, practice the scale. These are not detours from calling. They are how callings take on flesh. I do not ask you to impress me. I ask you to walk with me and let what we do together reveal me. You are not behind schedule. You are inside a story where I keep perfect time. You imagine a scoreboard. I see a vineyard. Fruit has its season, and pruning has its kindness. When I ask you to set something down, it is because your hands are needed for something better. When I ask you to continue, it is because your roots can carry the weight that is coming. Trust my pruning and my abundance. Both are love. When you cannot see how it resolves, remember how I met you before. Remember the night peace arrived without spectacle. Remember the morning strength stood at the edge of your bed like sunrise. Remember the laugh that returned after long absence. These memories are not nostalgia. They are architecture. Build on them. A life anchored in remembrance learns to face forward without fear's permission. Even the waiting can become a workshop. While you wait, I sand the splinters of impatience. I oil the hinges of your attention. I widen your capacity to carry both joy and responsibility without cracking. Waiting with me grows people who... I am the way forward, and I am with you, now and always.